What up, everybody? It's your man, damednydc. Two mics up, brand new episode. We back again. So now you can see, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, she waving at you. Yeah, this is tonight's guest, Monika Monk. Twisted Intimacy. We gonna talk some intimate, uh, sexual, grown conversation. We're gonna try to keep it as PG as possible. But I'm interested. I met Monika recently at an event. Shout out to Lita Harlem and the DMV Business Crossing Network. We were there together, and through networking, my wife kind of hit me up. She's like, "Hey, look, you need to talk to that young lady over there." So we talked and we worked some things out. She's here tonight. So Monika, I've been talking long enough, and I think I've been teasing long enough. So first, I'm going to ask, introduce yourself, but introduce yourself and lead into who is Monika Monk. Because that's what we want to know.
Okay. So, hi everybody. Again, my name is Monika Monk. I am the owner of Twisted Intimacy, and who I am, I'm a lot of things. I am an intimacy and sensuality coach. I am a friend, a sister, a daughter. Like, I am that type of person where when I set an intention with something, or if I'm really passionate about something, I'm going to do what I can to share what I've learned with other people. And honestly, that's why I started Twisted Intimacy. It like honestly, that's really how this all. Well, that's how it started. But to give a little bit of background, but my degrees are not in dance or art or anything like that. My degrees are actually in computer science. So, yes, I know. I'm a STEM major. I'm also a big time nerd. So, I love like Comic Cons. I love Marvel. I love anime. Like,
Wow.
That's me. That's
wow.
Yes.
I mean, so how did these two spectrums meet in the middle? And like, what was that thing then? Like, what was that specific thing or moment for you that said, aha, this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do?
So, what one of my mentors had told me was that you don't just find your purpose, you actually stumble into your purpose. That's what happened with me. So I had just gotten out of a long-term relationship, and in that relationship I had so many expectations of where it was going to go, and I had to end up ending it because I found that I lost myself in that relationship. Like, completely lost myself. Like my all of my character traits seemed to go to my ex at the, like, it was weird. So I chose me. And when I started choosing me, I started doing things to help boost my confidence once again, because I had taken like pole dancing classes. I had taken just regular classes if a friend of mine wanted me to attend with them, like chair and things like that. But it wasn't until I was like, okay, well, I have personal goals that I want to do. So I went up to another friend and I said, hey, can you teach me how to do this? Because she's a yoga instructor. Shout out to Ebony Lambert. And I was like, yeah, I just want to do splits in all directions and things like that. So she was like, okay, I can help you. So I started taking private yoga classes for her. And while I was in yoga class, I looked at her and I was like, I got an idea. Like, it just, when I say it hit me out of nowhere, it really hit me out of nowhere. And especially during lockdown, well, let me not say we, because I know everybody didn't do this. I took the time to actually heal myself and get to know myself a lot more. And I had friends invite me to online events that were catered towards growing your intimate skills, keeping it peaceful, right? So I attended actually like 3 of those, and also pure romance parties at the time too. But I was doing that for a couple of years because like
Hmm.
stuff like that interests me. So
Right.
I'm not scared to say that. And so after all doing all of that, and then taking the yoga classes, that's how Twisted Intimacy was born. And
Okay.
like I said, you don't find your purpose, you actually stumble into it. And when I
Mm.
say I stumbled into this, because it's definitely been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. But through me gaining my sexual health certification as a sexual health professional,
Hmm.
and then I started getting all these certifications as a twerk technician. I'm also a 1.0 liquid motion instructor. I'm going for my 2.0 certification right now. And what else? Um,
So I don't mean to cut you off, but for those that because I know, so as a man, I'm sitting here like, wait, twerk technician, liquid motion. So and for let's say ladies who are watching, and because I don't want to assume because the assume word is a bad word, but this is also something that men can partake in as well. Because I mean, to a degree, we may need some intimacy 101, some self-love understanding. So kind of like how and what is in I mean the torque technician and the liquid motion, like how do you get certified to do that? And if somebody's listening, like what would a class or course like that entail?
right. So actually, all my certifications, they're all online.
Okay.
And when I say they're not like, oh, I'm just going to go through this module, no, I had to do homework for all of these. I had to actually break down certain movements and how you move your body, because the reason why I set up my business like this, right? You have your intimacy side, right?
Hmm.
And when I say intimacy, I'm actually talking about knowing your vulnerabilities and being able to communicate those.
Okay.
And then I have your sensual body movement side. So knowing how to wind your hips, how to release a lot of the tension that's held within our pelvis because of the type of lifestyles we live. We tend to store a lot, especially women, of like
Hmm.
traumas and stress all in our hips and lower body. So by me combining the things I've learned from liquid motion, from me combining the twerk movements and things like that,
Hmm.
I've created actually I have I'm going to have 5 classes now.
Wow. Okay.
And right now, a lot of them are catered towards women. However, the 2 classes that I'm introducing actually in September, which I'm excited about, one is a bedroom position class just for women, but the other one is for couples. However, see, this is the thing. Sometimes you have to have a catchy title in order
Hmm.
to entice people to want to join.
Right.
So
Right.
for me, this is not your typical couples class because I'm actually, even though it says for couples, it's more for men. And
Okay.
I say it like that because I ran into a couple of incidents where I had my classes open to men and men started being creepy. So I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I get you because we got some creeps out here. I get
yeah,
you. Yeah.
yes.
So
But
yeah, look,
but I mean, I've had men come up to me and say, "Hey, I really like what you're doing. Do you have anything for men? Because I want to learn how to be more vulnerable. I want to learn about self-love."
right.
So this the bedroom positions class is actually going to teach that, because what a lot of people don't realize is that when you are not in tune with yourself, it doesn't matter what type of what type of your bedroom life you got going on. You're going
Right.
to be out of tune with your partner,
Mm,
because at the end of the day, it's not about you, it's about y'all together.
right.
So if you're not in tune with yourself, it's actually going to throw off your communication and your connection with your partner. So you have to go back to the basics with it. You
Mm,
have to learn how do you love? How do you
right.
love yourself? Do you actually love yourself? Because especially a lot of men, they want to be so hard. See, I grew up with brothers. See, y'all
Yeah.
can't be fooling me because
Yeah.
I know the game.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Look, I look. We're told young, you don't cry, boy, but it ain't broke. Why all of that helps block that intimacy part of being able to share, to be able to communicate. Because for so long, from an early age, we're told to turn that part off.
Mhm.
So as you grow as an adult and you get with a partner, that part is still cut off. It's not
Hmm.
like now you know how to turn it on. It's not like a faucet.
Right.
And so this sounds like a way that I don't want to say retrain, but we are given a safe space to feel
Yes.
comfortable
Yes.
and opening up that door again.
Yes. Yes.
That's
And
awesome.
that's what I offer in my classes and when I talk, because I feel like we had a disservice as we were growing up about learning about our bodies, about learning how to communicate with others, and really following our own paths.
And look, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't catching all of that right there, because I mean it is a journey, it is a self check, and it really does a lot of our who we are in so many ways does begin with our upbringing, what we were exposed to as children. Uh, so I really love what you're doing, and I love the work and really the thought process that you're putting behind it because it's really deep. When we step away, we're talking about such a intimate topic, but when you
Mhm.
step away from it and really look at what you're putting together, it's really awesome. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, don't go away. I'm going to step away for a short pause. I want to shout out our season 4 sponsors here, Two Mics Up, and we'll be right back after this short break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back fresh out the break. Your man Dame DNYDC, Two Mics Up. Man, we getting twisted with our intimacy tonight, y'all. I mean, I don't even know any other way to say it, and not in a nasty way either. And when I say that, um, I know when my wife first told me about you and everything, I'm like sitting in my head like, babe, okay, I'm like, all right, baby, we're gonna go ahead. But the more you dive in and you research and you start talking about things and talking to people, and really in the first half, really everything that you shared, I love the psychology behind it. Seems like you're very hands on and very in tune as you get to know your clients, and I really want to ask that part. Like one, uh, even before we get to that, what would you say your mission and vision is with the work that you're doing with Twisted Intimacy? Like, where do you see it, and where do you think your mission is going to be? Let's say over the next 2 years, 3 years, as you continue to grow your brand.
Yeah. So my mission right now is to have people join and be able to go on different platforms and share my own intimacy journey with everybody, because I truly believe that we shouldn't gatekeep how we heal. And I feel like a lot of times, you'll see somebody, and you haven't seen them in a while, and before, they may have been going through some rough patches, and then you see them 2 years later, and they're like really good, but
Right.
all they tell you is like, yeah, I've been on my healing journey, and
Mm,
I just meditate, and they don't
mm.
really go into details as far
Right.
as how they specifically, what they did. And
Right.
for me, I feel like it's very important to share this type of information, to share resources, to support other people, especially Black owned businesses.
Mm,
Because I've noticed that a lot of times, especially when I did not seek out help, help found me.
mm,
And my biggest thing now is to be able to share my message and be able to help those that want to start their intimacy journey, that want to build that confidence and that self-esteem, and say, forget what society says, Forget that society tells me that I'm too dark, I'm too tall, I'm too thin, I'm too big. Forget what society says. Do I love myself? That's
Mm,
the main question I pose to a lot of people. And can you look at yourself in the mirror?
mm.
And a lot of times people are like, yeah, I look at myself in the mirror all the time. I'm like, no.
No.
Do you look at yourself in the mirror and find that you love what you see?
Right.
Look, listen, because
Mm.
it's so simple to do, right? But it's the hardest thing to do. And for
Yeah.
me, you were kind of hinting at it earlier. Like I do like to get into the nitty gritty. I do like to challenge. Like, okay, so why do you feel this way
Right.
about yourself?
Right.
Where does that come from? Like, keep asking yourselves those why.
Mm.
Because when you get to your why, you'll be able to understand, like, man, all this happened because of something that happened to me when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
And I never
That's true.
healed from
That's
it.
so true.
And my vision for Twisted Intimacy in
Mhm.
general, I would love. I would love to have Twisted Intimacy at conferences, to have my own conference.
Mhm.
Hello. And to be able to go to different places and host retreats and be able to share my journey with everyone, both speaking wise and through like books and
Mm.
videos and things like that. Because for me, again, it's about sharing my journey. And the thing about this journey is that it's not perfect. So
Right.
what some people have noticed is that, like, branding wise, I've changed a lot. Even the way I present myself, I've changed. I mean, you change as
Right.
you're healing. You just
You
change,
have to.
and that's my vision for Twisted Intimacy. As I start going through different things in my healing journey, as I start to learn more information, I start incorporating that in.
That's
And I always look out for the people that are my clients, especially those that, like, I know that, you are invested in yourself. And
mhm.
a lot of times I feel like when people want a quick fix, they don't want to invest. And for me,
Mm.
like, no, this isn't a quick fix.
Right.
Like, this
This it is a
for
journey.
yeah, it's a whole
It's
journey.
a whole journey.
And some people may start healing faster than others, and that's
Right.
okay,
Right.
you know. But at the end of the day, my goal is for you to not need me anymore.
Mm.
I
S-
because I don't care about your money. I really,
Right.
at this point in time, I surrender. I don't care about the money. What I do care about is being able to be in a place and in a state where I'm like, okay, I can. This is all I got. This is all I can
Right.
teach you.
Right.
Now
Right.
you have to
Now it's
do
up
the
to
journey
you.
on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really awesome because even though we're talking about really sexual therapy in a way.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But I'm not sure.
but right, but it's you're not a therapist, but it's therapeutic in the sense of what seems like you're taking, when you go on a journey sometimes, for everyone, it's therapeutic to because you're going through things, you're traversing through really the things that have weighed you down or that have held you back. And I really like that because in a sexual sense, a lot of times we always go straight to the gutter.
Yes.
Well, and what I like though is this seems like is a step by step unpacking of really getting to really get to know yourself again. And the work that you're doing, like I say, it could be a short time for me, but client B, it could be 6 months, 6 years, um, but you're there with them, still walking them through until. And you mentioned a point like, hey, there's nothing else I can do. And I'm just
Mhm.
curious, like, have you ever had that moment, like, real brief? Have you ever had someone that, you're just like, hey, I've kind of given you everything that I got, or, you know, I got to let you kind of go on your own, or no?
So now this is very interesting that you bring that up. I'm going to be introducing one-to-one services pretty soon. Um, More details come about that later.
Okay, okay.
But because I was like, man, with one-on-one clients, I don't know if I could do it. But I took a young lady on,
Hmm.
and I kid you not, I felt like a proud mama bear at the end
That's
of our
what's up. That's
sessions,
what's up.
like a very proud mama bear, because
That's
I
what's up.
saw the change from when I first had my first session with her to the last session.
Wow.
And I'm just like, what I'm doing is working. Like that feeling of this is like, and it's not necessarily imposter syndrome, because
Right.
it's like I know what I'm talking about,
Right.
but it's actually seeing the tangible outcome, the
Right.
tangible
Right.
result, like, and knowing that what I said, because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I will be in a session, I'll be teaching, sorry, I'll be
Back.
so in flow that I don't remember what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and it's to a point where it's like, I must have said something really good. I hope I remember it later,
Right.
because at the end of the day, like, I say what needs to be said in the moment, and I like how I can get in the zone like that. And
Right.
even with when I start dancing, because with the essential body movement classes, it does deal with a lot of dancing. It does deal with a lot of movement with your body. And I'm somebody that I'm the queen of modifications. I've had knee surgery. Like
Wow.
I know what's up.
Right.
So
Right.
it's, for people that may say, well, I can't do that. Look, at one point I couldn't either, but here I am. I
Right.
had to stop making excuses for myself as to why I could not do something, and just shift it so that, okay, you know what? I may not be there yet, but I'm gonna keep going, and
Keep
I'm
going.
gonna modify this so
Mm-hmm.
that I can still get the same movement and the same feel, and I can still feel good about myself.
Wow.
And something I also like to say too, especially when I'm teaching the central body movement, I teach you the movements. I don't teach you how to do a routine or choreography. You come up with that yourself. You can
Mm.
follow me if you want, but I'm the type of person where I'm not doing this for people to become the greatest dancers in the world. Believe it or not, I was told years ago that I didn't have any rhythm. I had two left feet, and well, now
Oh
here I
wow.
am.
Oh wow. Okay.
So,
Okay.
it's one of those things where it's like I'm not doing this for anybody but me.
Got
And
you.
when I got out of my head and got into the spot in this point in my life where I'm just like, you know what? I don't care what anybody has to
That's
say.
right.
I'm just going to do me, and I'm going to teach these movements because, again, I had to earn the certifications. They weren't
Right.
given to me because I
Right.
paid y'all.
Right.
Like, they were not given to me.
Right.
And because of that, like, it also made me feel good about myself because I'm just like, all right, the way that I learn is a little bit different than the way other people learn, and that's
So
okay.
true.
Because
Yep.
with me,
That's
I'm
true.
very technical. You
Right.
have to tell me, point your finger and then bend it at 90
Yeah.
degrees, or
Right. Right.
at 45.
Right.
You have to really tell me
Right.
things like that and break it down. And then I can mimic what you do. And then once I mimic it, okay, I'm gonna make this my own because I get the technicality of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Technical
All right.
details.
Technically, yeah, all of the details of it.
Yeah.
So I
So
get it. I love
yeah.
it.
So that for me, like, going back, like, seeing the clients that I work with start off one way feeling this about themselves, but saying, man, I was doing like, and even if like people like join and then stop, they'll say, man, I missed moving my hips because that actually was
It,
helping me.
it was
And
very
like,
helpful. Hmm.
yeah, and like hearing things like that, I'm just like, this I am in my purpose. Like,
Hmm.
this is helping people. I cannot get into the imposter syndrome and think that I'm not good enough, and I don't know how to do this. No, I mean, I am good enough.
Yeah.
And
And
I
I
know that, oh, go ahead. I'm
no,
sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. No, because I said I love that message,
Mhm,
that you're delivering because I think a lot of us don't really realize, I am good enough
mhm,
and to love yourself. And you're reinforcing all of those principles.
mhm,
And this, again, I'm enthused in the podcast because this is what I'm hearing. And sometimes people have to believe it. And sometimes you have to hear it sometimes from someone else to really believe that you are. And,
mhm,
I really, I want to tell our listeners, you're watching this, you're listening to this, definitely reach out because this is something that we don't have and we don't find in our community. Ladies, definitely. Fellas, don't be a creep. Like, really, like, chill, don't be a creep. That's not cool. But really go out and support Monica and Twisted in Intimacy and what she's doing and the service she's providing. And we're coming around towards the end of today's conversation, but I do want to allow Monica a brief second to please go ahead and share your social media and your online information where people can find you and follow you, reach out. But we're also going to put that in the comments in the notes of the show. But take a minute and go ahead and share your social media information before we go, Monica.
Yes. Okay, so you guys, if you want to sign up for a class, if you want to, just schedule a one-on-one with me, you can go to twistedintimacy.com. That's my website, and book there. If you want to follow me on social media, my IG is twisted_intimacy. I'll say that again. IG twisted_intimacy. If you want to follow me on Facebook, my Facebook page is Twisted Intimacy. You'll see my face everywhere. And I do have a TikTok as well, Twisted Intimacy, one word. But yeah, that's me, y'all. I'm here to help, so please reach out. Please, I'm really cool. I promise.
Well, look here, ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard it here. Another great episode with another gem in our community. Do what you can to support. Get in touch with your sensual side. Get in touch with your body, your mind, your soul, because it's really needed. We've all been locked in with this pandemic, and I think this is a great way not only to go out and not only exercise your body, exercise your mind, and I'm not going to say exercise demons, but exercise some of those things in our past that have been holding us back, so that we can continue to push forward in this new world, whatever that's going to be as we continue on. Monica, I thank you so much for sitting here rocking with me tonight. It's a pleasure. I
Yes.
look
Thank
forward to
you.
seeing you out in the community. We're gonna do some things again. I'm sure. Two mics up. You're now a family member. Anytime you got anything going on, just hit us up. We'll do what we can to bring you back, put you back on, and work with you in the future. So,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do. Two mics up. We rocking. We are right here on Mogul TV, all new for season 4. On your Amazon and Roku devices. It's the Mogul TV Global Network. If you online, just type in the moguls.tv. Two mics up. Check me out. All season 4, brand new episodes. Check out some of my TV mates. Got a whole bunch of content. Enjoy. Like I always do at this time as we close out, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go ahead and follow Two Mics Up online, www.twomicsup.com. Follow us across all our social media, IG, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at Two Mics Up. And you know how we do as we close out the show, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe, stay blessed. Mics out.
007.